It's 5 o'clock on a Wednesday and it's time for
Craig and Ryland's Magic Review Show.
I'm Craig.
I'm Rylands.
And welcome back to the review show first of all.
And we've had another table.
We've had a new table. We did have some comments saying that our table was a little bit wobbly and a little bit twisty. One guy said that it made him seasick. So we have got a new table from Prop Dog. It's their new range of tables. I'm very, very impressed. We're actually working on a new set for Magic TV, an actual proper set.
Yeah.
Which looks awesome. We've just had the designs back from the designer. It looks great. But this table is our new table. Let us know in the comments down below what you think. We like it, don't we? Yeah, we like it. We like it. And we've got some great products this week. There's some four items. Some of them are absolutely amazing. In fact, I'm gonna kick things off with a packet trick. And anyone who knows this channel knows that I love packet tricks. We're gonna kick off with a packet trick, which is really, really cool with lots of really visual color changes. Let's get into that right now. Okay, so the first item that we are going to be looking at is Four Jokers by Bernard Bilis, and it is Bilis or Bilis? It's marketed by P3 Penguin Magic, and it is a packet trick using four jokers, hence the name Four Jokers. There's a lot of really visual color changes in this. I don't know when this came out. It came out very recently, and it's kind of flown under everyone's radar. And like I said before, I love packet tricks. You love packet tricks. So I was really excited when I saw this. For those of you that haven't seen it, I'm gonna do a full performance in a minute. However, I want to point out that before I do the performance, I changed the handling a little bit. Kind of, not too much. Let me explain why I changed the handling before I do the trick. The routine itself, it's a little bit complicated. And what I mean by that is you bring out four red back jokers. You show them, and then for no reason, two of them change blue, and then you put them back, and the ones in your hand change one red, one blue, and then the ones on the table turn into red and blue, and then they turn back to all blue, and then these turn back to all red, and then they turn back to all red, and it's all quite. It requires a lot of attention and focus from the audience, and the other problem about it is, in my opinion, is that there's no rhyme or reason for doing the colour changes. Why are they changing colour? What's the reason for it? And that was my issue with it. The other thing that I had with it is when Bernard does it, he does this, when he shows that the cards have changed, he does this kind of snap thing where he shows two cards and he snaps one of them out. And I remember looking at it and going, that's a little bit too flourishy. I think that when the snap is happening, the audience might think that there's something going on. Luckily, you don't have to do the snap. And in actual fact, when it's being taught, Bernard actually teaches how to do it without the snap, which is good because I just didn't like the snappy thing, to be honest. So I just use a series of doubles and so on and so forth. What I did to fix the problem is, because I really liked it, but we sat down and we were like, we need to make sense of why all these cards are changing, didn't we?
Yeah.
So, and at the same time, you had been watching Eric Chen, hadn't you?
Yeah.
If you haven't seen Eric Chen's act, it's brilliant. It's kind of an invisible line on the table, and whatever happens, he's got two indicators. And we looked at it and we're like, we could actually take inspiration from Eric Chen to actually make sense of these changes. So I've added a couple of cards. I've added a blue backed and a red back card, blank faced. I've wrote blue on the face of the blue one, red on the face of the red one, and I've used those as indicator cards. For me, that gives the routine more clarity. Would you agree?
Yeah.
Yeah? So let's do a full performance of that, and I'll show you what I mean, and then we'll talk about what we actually think of the trick.
Yeah.
Okay, right. We've got some cards here, yeah? Now, this first card is a blue card. You can tell it's a blue card because it's got a blue back.
Yes.
But I've actually wrote blue on the other side as well, so that you know that that's a blue card, right?
Yeah.
And this card's a red card, but so you know it's a red card, I've actually wrote red on the other side. Now, these are actually indicator cards. This one over here is a blue card. This one over here is a red card.
So there's an invisible line, and when you put it there, it turns blue, and if you put it there, it turns red.
Basically, I'm channeling my inner Eric Chen. Yes, that's correct. Blue over there, red over there. Now, I also have another four cards, and these four cards are four jokers. Joker number 1, joker number 2, joker number 3, joker number 4, right? Yeah. Now, interestingly, these cards get affected depending on which side of the table they're on. So if I put the red cards over there, obviously, well, they're red, exactly. Now, these are red as well, but I want you to watch something. If I take these cards, for example, and just put them in front of the blue side, and I wait a second, as soon as I've waited a second, what happens is these actually turn blue. Isn't that weird? Don't you think that's kind of weird? Yeah. I mean, these stay red because they're on the red side, but these are now blue. Now, let me do that again for you. We'll put the blue ones over here. Yeah? We'll put the blue ones over here. And what we'll do is we'll take the red ones. And what I'll do this time is I'm going to put the red ones back to back and put them right there in the middle. And in fact, I'll take these blue ones and put them right there in the middle as well.
Wouldn't that turn one red, one blue?
Well, yeah, what will happen, check this out. You'll end up with these, one red, one blue, and you'll end up with one red and one blue here. You see, wherever you put them on the table, it kind of affects the cards. Should we try that again?
Yeah.
Let's try that again. I'll tell you what I'll do. Let me just put these two, one red, one blue there, right?
Yeah.
And I'm going to take these. And I want you to remember that the blue card goes on top of the red card, right?
Yeah.
Now, right there, if I left them here, we'd end up with one red and one blue, obviously, because it's there in the middle. But if I move that, let me just move these over here for a minute. If I put those there in the blue side and I wait a second, what happens is these now both turn blue. But because I moved those over there, these are now red. So weird, don't you think it's weird? Like, it's really weird. Look, I tell you what, we'll try one last thing. I'm going to put those on the blue side. We know that these are blue, don't we? Because they're on the blue side, and these are on the red side. Now I'm going to keep these on the red side, and as long as I keep them on the red side, they'll stay red. But check this out, Ryan. If I take these and put them on the red side as well,
this will go back to the beginning.
We'll go back to exactly the way we were at the beginning, with a red card and a red card and a red card and a red card. Don't you think that's kind of like really weird?
Yeah.
But I'll tell you what we're going to try and do. Let me get rid of the indicator cards, okay? Yeah. We're going to get rid of the red and the blue indicator cards. We'll put them away in my pocket, okay? Yeah. And we'll just use these four jokers. Now, they're all red, right? Yeah. We know they're all red because... well, they have to be because there's no indicator cards. But what I want you to do is touch a card for me, any one you want to. That one there, are you sure?
Yeah.
You can change your mind if you want to. You want to happy with that one, yeah?
Yeah.
Now, that one is actually a red card, right?
Of course it's a red card because they're all red. Well,
exactly, right? It's a red card because they're all red. But I want you to watch. You see, if I just do this and just touch it to where the blue side was. Do you remember the blue indicator was there?
Yeah, but because the blue indicator's gone, it doesn't mean there's no invisible lines.
No, but if I touch it here to where the blue side was...
It's still blue.
Now that side turned...
It's still blue, red, blue.
Exactly, now that one's blue, and these over here are red. And you can examine everything. It's so weird. You can play with them yourself. And that's the trick with the jokers. Yeah, originally, Ryland was going to be the one doing this because you love packet tricks. And we sat down and we probably spent about an hour learning it. It's not that it's ridiculously difficult, but there's a lot of moves taking place. It's kind of like a tightrope, and you're walking along the tightrope, and it's kind of like there's a lot that you need to think about, right? It's not really that difficult, but there's a lot of moves and there's a lot of stuff to remember, isn't there? And it's kind of like, right, okay, now you need to do this sequence, now you need to do this sequence. It's not particularly difficult, but there is a lot of moves and there's a lot of sequence to remember. So you really want to learn this because you really like this, but we wanted to do the routine justice, which is why we kind of went with me performing this and you going with something different instead. Yeah, I mean, you get the cards. At the end, the cards are examinable, which is nice, the way that... Oh, that's the other thing. Using the indicator cards, one thing that I will add to you is when you do the routine, right? The way that it's explained in the download. Once you do the routine, you're left with a gimmicked card in your packet. Before you go into the final sequence with the arm stick out, where they pick a joker, you're left with a gimmick card in your hand. And the way that Bernard suggests that you clear this up is by having a blue back deck on the table for no reason and just picking up the blue back deck and moving it, and that unloads the gimmick. Which, for me, I don't like that because it wasn't justified. Eric Tate, who also appears on the download, talks about palming or copying the gimmick off. But again, I didn't want to go down that route. By having the indicator cards, you can very, very cleanly take the indicator cards out just before the final phase, put them into your top pocket, and that will allow you to clean the whole packet up. You're left with 4 regular cards before you go into that final phase. Yeah. So it means you don't have to palm, you don't have to have a deck of cards on you at any point, do you? Yeah. So that's another reason to use those indicator cards.
And then examinable.
And everything's examinable, yeah, without having to palm or without having to go to the deck. So feel free to use this. If you've got this packet trick and you like the idea of having indicator cards, feel free to use it. I think it just clears the whole thing up. In terms of the actual effect itself, it's really strong. It's really visual. There is so much going on. It's kind of like eye candy. As I say, I did have an issue with the fact that it was quite confusing for the audience and the changes were taking place for no reason.
Yeah, why were the changes taking place?
There was no reason for it, was it? It was just like, these have turned blue. Now they've turned one red, one blue. Now this one's turned one red. And it's kind of like, there were no rhyme, no reason for it. The indicator cards makes more sense. Now I've used the indicator cards, I'm very, very happy with the routine. And the visual aspect of it is great. You do require a table. You don't need a close-up map. There's lots of live performances, which is good, of it being performed at various different bars and so on and so forth. It is a real working routine. It really is. Bernard explains it, does a really good job, but then Eric Tate explains it as well. Anyone who knows me know I'm a big Eric Tate fan. He explains things very, very clearly on the download as well. The gimmicks that are included with it, if it ever breaks, it's a very easy gimmick card to get, so you'll be able to make it up again in seconds because it's just one gimmick card that everybody will have access to. Yeah, it's really good. You know, it's another great packet trick. If you've only got, you know, sometimes you go to those gigs and there's lots of people that you need to go to. You've only got a certain amount of time with each group of people, and you want to hit them hard. I mean, this is great because you've got so much magic happening in such a very short period of time. Like, it's a 2 or 3 minute routine, and there's like 14 changes, and like I say, everything's examinable at the end, and you put the cards away and it's instantly reset, ready to go again. So it's instantly reset. In fact, if you wanted to, you can actually have the cards examined, and then by using the indicator card idea, you can actually have the cards examined and then bring out the indicator card, show them, put them down, and you've done what you need to do to actually get into the routine. So there you go. I'm going to give it 89%. I think it's really good. I'm going to start doing it. I also think for a virtual show or a Zoom show with a camera over the table, I think it'd be quite nice having that red and blue and having that kind of that moment there. I think this would look really good on a Zoom show because it is so visual. 89% from me. It's going into my act. I really like it. What about you?
I think it's really good.
So what are you going to give it?
100.
100% from the Kid Magician, 89% from me. Anyone who's got it, feel free to use the idea of using indicator cards, and let me know what you think of the idea down in the comments below. Okay, so the next review we're going to be looking at is Thought Transmitter 3, Thought Transmitter Pro 3. Now, this is a John Cornelius item. I had one of these when I first got into magic about 25 years ago. This is as old as the hills and then some. It's just been brought back out, and Murphy's must have the rights to it because it's a Murphy's production. The guys from Murphy's are actually doing the download. It's a 1 hour download, and they've kind of brought the Thought Transmitter back to life. It's Thought Transmitter 3. So, you know, you expect there to be improvements on the first one and and on the second one. For those of you that don't know what Thought Transmitter is, it's basically a way of peeking some information secretly. We're going to get into the pros and cons of the Thought Transmitter in a minute. But first of all, this is something you've been working on. You really love this trick, don't you? Yeah. So you're going to perform it for us?
Yeah, let's do a performance right now. Daddy,
yeah?
When you're asleep, I stole your wallet.
Oh, did you now? Well, that's nice of you.
And I paid, and I got 10 Minecraft Lego sets off Amazon.
You know what? Mommy would kill you. She would absolutely.
And 20 on Prime.
Oh, get on with the trick.
And I'm going to use one of your business cards.
Okay.
Okay.
Oh, so you're taking the business cards as well now?
Yes.
Okay.
And do you have a Sharpie?
I always have a Sharpie.
You always have a Sharpie. That's what you're always doing your magic.
That's right.
I'm going to draw a circle right in the middle.
Okay, cool.
Okay?
Yeah?
Okay?
Okay.
We'll get back to that in a minute.
Alrighty, okay. Thank you.
And I've got this card with a bunch of things. We've got letters from the alphabet.
Yeah,
we've got all the letters. You've got ESP symbols, which is circle, cross, square, star, wavy lines.
Mm-hmm.
You can pick any card. Ace of diamonds, ace of, you know.
Ace, yeah. Ace is king, yeah.
Yeah, ace to king, clubs, hearts, spades, diamonds. And you've got numbers all the way to 52.
Okay. Can I show everyone that?
Yes.
There you go. So you want me to think of one of these things?
Yes.
Okay, I'm now thinking of one, yes.
And you need a Sharpie again.
Okay.
And what you need to do is you need to write what you're thinking of in that circle, show the camera, and I'll look away.
Okay, make sure you're not looking.
Yes, I'm not looking.
And show the camera. Sarah, can they see that? Okay.
Yeah.
Perfect. Okay, we've done that, yeah.
Okay.
Yeah?
I'm not going to look at it, but I will just put it in here.
Okay, that's fair.
Okay.
Mhm.
Now close the wallet. Okay.
Mhm.
Now I'll just take this out, and so we've got the wallet.
Yeah?
Yeah. And I guarantee I'm going to figure out what you're thinking of.
Not a chance. Absolutely not a chance.
I can tell it's not an ESP symbol, so it's not square, cross, wavy line, star, or circle. So it's not one of them. It's not from the alphabet. So it's not A. It's not A to Z. It's not a playing card. It's a number. 1 to 52. It's not all the way up to 20. It's not 30. So it can't be anything before 30. Not 35 here. It's not something above 40. It's not something above 38. It's 37.
It is indeed 37. Can I show them?
Yeah.
Where is it there? It is indeed 37. There you go. You really channeled your inner Max Maven on that one, didn't you? It's like, rah. That was good. Okay, that was a great performance right now. He's looked at lots of different peak wallets. You've looked at so many different peak wallets over the years. This has become your favourite peak wallet, hasn't it? It's become, like, immediately when he looked at it, he was like, oh my gosh, that is absolutely awesome. For those of you that don't know what the Thought Transmitter is, it is a very different peak to any other peak. And I don't want to give anything away, but they have improved it quite considerably, because when I first had this many, many years ago, there were lighting considerations. If you were in a low light situation, you could expose this if you weren't very careful. In this incarnation, the way it's being brought out now, because of how they've designed it, and as I say, I don't want to expose it, because of how they've designed it, this could be done literally in any lighting environment. You'll get the peak immediately. And the peak is like ridiculously quick, isn't it? It's like literally when they've put it back inside the wallet, you just pick the wallet up and in that action of picking it up, you peak it. And if you've got people sitting at the side of you, you can pick it up, and as you put it into your pocket when it's here and nobody can see anything, you can peek it at that point. It's not an SUC peek. You're not seeing anything from the back. Once it's inside the wallet, you can show it from all sides. You can't see anything through that wallet.
That's what I did. I showed it from both
you
sides.
can, I mean, you don't want to say, look, you can see it from all sides, but in the action of showing it, you can turn it round. They can see that there's nothing to see, like you did. And then in the action of putting it away, you can get the peak. There's also a few different ways of getting the peak. So the guys on the download talk about how you can actually indicate to something and get the peak in that point and then keep everything out in full view. It is probably the easiest peak I've ever used or ever seen. There's a lot of other peak wallets. This is probably the easiest peak you will ever use, which is one of the reasons why you like it so much. Yes. It looks like it doesn't look like a normal wallet. It looks like a packet wallet. It's kind of a weird style of wallet that not many people carry around with them. But if you put credit cards and business cards in there, you can get away with this being sort of a minimalistic wallet.
Yeah, you put stuff in there.
Yeah, exactly. And you can get away with that, no problem. On the download, they talk about 2 or 3 different things. The routine that you did was the basic version. It came with a little card that people can look at something on and then write in the circle. That's the other thing. You need something for them to write on, so you will need business cards or file cards for this. And you have to get them to write in a circle. So you draw a circle in the middle, they draw in the circle, and they can't draw outside of the circle. So you have to have a reason for actually drawing that circle. On the download, they also do a really nice card routine, which is is kind of a little bit like an any card, any number that uses the peak wallet. And they have this really nice idea, actually, of if you're using a one-ahead principle, like a mental epic style presentation, instead of actually forcing the final thing with the mental epic, you can actually use the thought transmitter, and you can actually eliminate that force, which is really clever thinking that I haven't thought of before. My issue with it is it's come out.
It's not examinable.
Well, it's not examinable, but I don't think people would want to examine it because you just put it away straight away. You know, you get them to write on a business card, you put the business card in the wallet, you put the wallet away. I don't think people are going to want to examine it. I don't think people are going to say, let me look at that wallet. I don't think it's an issue, to be honest. I don't think people will think that the wallet's got... Well, I know that because I used to do this in restaurants years and years and years ago. This used to be my go-to set. However, my issue with it is Murphy's have bought it out at just the wrong time because on a review show a little while ago, I reviewed the Shadow wallet by D. Christopher, and that is my new go-to wallet. One of the reasons I love the Shadow wallet is because it is my everyday carry. I can put my money in there, I can put my cards in there, I can put everything I would normally put in a wallet and put it in my pocket, and I'm ready to go. And I've also got a thought of card in wallet built into there as well, and the peak is so strong. So I'm still going to be using this.
I think I know what to give it.
Well, here's the thing. If you are looking for a peak wallet, or you have a peak wallet that you
Go for this one.
Yeah, go for this. This is great. If you want the easiest peak wallet on the market, go for this one. It's a great peak wallet. It's very, very easy to do. But if you want something that is a little bit more in depth, like D. Christopher spent 2 hours with Lewis talking about different ways of getting the information. If you are a hardcore mentalist, or you want access to something with a thought of card in it as well, or you want something for your everyday carry, then get this. But if you've already got a wallet that you use for everyday carry, let's say you use the the FPS wallet or something, and you want a little peak wallet to take around with you that you keep your business cards in, this is the one to go for, isn't it? This is your new peak wallet.
Yes.
You are absolutely going to do this. You actually turned around to me and he said, that's going in my act.
100%.
He absolutely loves it. And you did do in your YouTube channel, you did do the Alias wallet, didn't you?
Yes.
And you prefer this over the Alias wallet?
Yeah.
It's his favourite wallet. He's going to give it 100%. I'm going to give it 80%. I'm going to give it 79%.
Ooh.
No, and I'll tell you why. I'm not going to, not because I don't...
You like it, you love it, but you don't want to perform it.
Exactly. If it gets under 80%, I'm not going to do it.
Yeah.
So I'm not going to do it. I'm going to do the Shadow wallet. I'm not going to lie to you and say that I'm going to do it when I'm not. I'm not going to do it. However, I did do this for years, and it is a massive improvement on what I did before. So I'm definitely going to do it. You're right.
Yeah.
You're staring at the window. I'm definitely going to do it, but I'm not going to do it, is what I'm trying to say. I'm going to do the Shadow wallet. So 79% for me, but for you, you're giving it 100%. It's his favourite wallet. It's his favourite peak wallet. If you want something easy, surefire, get this, right?
Yeah.
Okay, so next up, we are going to be looking at Gone by Leo Xing. I really hope, I actually even went on Google Translate to work out how to say the name. I hope I haven't butchered it. Leo Xing. It's a new item again through Penguin Magic. It's through P3 Productions, and it is a card in envelope. So a selected signed card disappears and appears inside an envelope, and it's got a very clever method. So I'm going to perform this for you first of all. So let me give you a full performance so you see exactly what it's like, and then I'm going to talk to you about what I think about it. So let's get into that right now. Okay, right, so I have an envelope here, right?
Yes.
And can you see that there's a little see-through thing on the front?
Yes.
It's so you can see what's inside, okay? We're going to get back to that a little bit later on. I want you to remember that before I did anything, I put that envelope there. Now, your job is to keep one eye on that envelope the entire time, okay? Now, the other thing that we have is a pack of playing cards, 52 cards. I want you to pick a card, but I'm allowed to look at it. But you're going to write your name on it, so maybe one with a bit of white space. Which one do you want? Don't pick an ace. You always pick aces, and it ruins. I'm doing some Magic Lives later, and I'm doing them with aces, so do not pick an ace.
Where's the 2? I'll look for a 2.
Thank you, okay? That's fair. Take that pen, write your name on the front of the card. If you could, that would be amazing. Write your name on there, nice and big and bold. And when you've done, you can put the lid on the pen, put the pen in my top pocket, and show everyone the card. Perfect. I'll put that in the top pocket. There we go. So you now would you agree that you could have had any card? Is that fair to say? Yeah.
Yes.
But you had the two of hearts, right?
Yes.
I'm going to leave that card down in the middle. Is that fair?
Yes.
I want you to see I'm not doing anything sneaky, nothing dodgy. Now I want you to make sure that I don't cheat. I'm going to give the cards a few cuts. Fair?
Yes.
And I'm even going to give the cards a faro shuffle, so you know that I can't be fairer than that. Is that fair?
Yes.
Now, do you remember that before I began, I put this envelope there from the very, very beginning, yes? And if I told you now that I had predicted your card, would that be good?
Yes.
Well, I want to show you something. This card, what's inside there, I want you to see this and take it out. Inside there is another envelope. Can you see that?
Yes.
There's a little like white envelope. Now, inside this white envelope, let me take it out for you. I want you to see. Inside this white envelope is a playing card. And the weird thing here, Ryland, is this playing card is actually not just the two of hearts, but it is the two of hearts with your name on it.
Full name this time.
Absolutely, Ryland. Okay, you absolutely love this, don't you? In fact, he was a bit annoyed that I got to perform this and not him. This is really cool. Now, I know there's going to be people watching this and they're going to turn around and they're going to say, what's the difference between this and Killer in Manila by JB Magic? I'm going to get to that in a minute. First of all, let me talk to you about what I think of this. I think this is a fantastic...
I think it's good.
Oh, it's so good. It's a fantastic card in envelope. First of all, let me talk about the pros. You don't need a table at all. This is completely walk around. You can take an envelope, you can give it to the audience member from the beginning. They can hold on to that.
They can hold just a pack of cards as well.
Yep. You can have the card shuffled. It can be a shuffle deck in use. When you want to go into it, you just add a gimmick.
You just let them hold it.
Yeah, and the idea is what you can do is you can actually add the gimmick to the top of the deck as you give them the envelope to hold. So everything's examinable beforehand, then they can examine, they feel like they've examined the envelope because they're holding the envelope, although if they opened it, they could look at the envelope inside. Then you have the card picked, it is lost in the middle, it is very clean, they can see that card going into the middle of the deck. And then, in the action of saying, look, you know, this envelope, you take the envelope back, and in a walk-around situation, you take the envelope back, you give them the pack to shuffle, you hold the envelope here at the tips of the fingers. Because of the hole at the front of the envelope, they see the white envelope come out. You can then put that down, you show the white envelope, you reach in, you take out the selected card, and it's their signed card, and boom, that's it, exactly.
See-through.
It is see-through, yeah. Now, that's exactly what it looks like. Pros to this is it's a virtual instant reset. It takes like literally 3 seconds to reset the trick ready for the next performance.
This is not a noob.
Huh?
This is not a noob one.
A noob one.
Yeah, that means like you first started magic.
Oh right, okay, I'm sorry. I'll get you with the jargon. Yeah, you're right. This is not the easiest routine in the world. It's not that difficult. There's no palming or anything like that.
No palming.
No palming. But there is a lot to think about. You know, you have to.
Yeah, you have to
do something. When you first watch the download, you're going to go...
You have to aim to put the card in.
Yeah.
You have to aim where you're going for.
Exactly, which I've got down to a fine art now.
Yeah.
And it took me about 2 hours to practice. You're still practicing it, but you'll get it down.
You're playing darts and you're trying to aim for what you need to aim for.
Yeah, exactly. But it's very clean because they see the card going into the middle of the deck that they've shuffled. It doesn't look like you can possibly control the card. And in that action of just giving them the deck, you've stolen everything that you need to steal without any sleight of hand whatsoever. And then you open up the... and because of what I really like is I really like the hole in the front of the first envelope. So when you take that inside envelope out, they see that inside they see it coming out through that hole. And then you can show that envelope on both sides and you can take out the card. I think this is great for a... where I think this is best for is for either a parlour show or a show where you've got like a banquet table. So you're performing to like 10 people because you're holding that envelope up like that and they see that card coming out. It's visual to everybody to see. And then you show that inside envelope and you take the card out. It plays from a big distance. Now, Killer in Manila. I love Killer in Manila. I have performed it many, many times.
What's the difference?
Just a couple of differences. First of all, they're both really, really good. I'd say Killer in Manila is a little bit easier. Killer in Manila, I mean, they've both got gimmicks that you need to have in the deck to begin with.
Is there any palming you can...
No, there's not. The two big advantages that Gone has over Killer in Manila, advantage number one is with Killer in Manila, there's no hole in the front of the envelope. Now, I actually really like that hole, although it looks like, and there's two schools of thought. You could say, well, the hole makes it look like a magic-y envelope. But you're doing magic. I mean, I don't see a problem with that. But the hole I really like because they can see something in there the whole time. And they see as you pull it out that that white envelope's in there. That's the first advantage. I like the hole. The second advantage, when that second envelope is took out, you can immediately show it on both sides. And then you can reach in and take out the card. With Killer in Manila, there's no hole, but you also can't show, when you take the inside envelope out to the outside envelope, you can't show both sides of the envelope until you've opened it, at which point you can. That's the problem. Also, this is designed to have everything examinable because what you do is you get the white envelope is gimmicked. You get another white envelope that's in your left-hand jacket pocket. So as you take the white envelope out, the black envelope, you put the black envelope away, and then you show this, and you take the card out, and you put the card there into their hand. No. You put the card into their hand as you put the white, and then you go into your pocket to take the black envelope back out. And as you do, you switch for the white envelope, and you just drop everything. It's so natural, so motivated. Yeah. You can't have Killer in Manila examined. So I don't know. I'm going to try them both. My gut is that Gone is slightly better, but I don't want to take anything away from Killer in Manila because that's brilliant as well. And I think Killer in Manila might be better for sort of extreme close-up situations. Gone might be better for sort of walk around or big tables. I'm not too sure. Until I've actually gone out in the real world and worked it, I'm not too sure. There's something really satisfying with Gone. When you take, and you were being nice to me because you were looking from the side so you could see what was going on. Yeah. By the way, the angles on Gone, you don't want them to look from behind. When you've took the envelope back from them, you don't want them to look from behind. But if you bring it in close to your chest, it covers all the angles. But there's something really satisfying when you take that white envelope out. And as you take that white envelope out and they see it coming out through the hole, you've literally loaded the card. I mean, it's really cheeky. It's really cheeky. Now, the other advantage is, which I think has a lot of... Nick Locopo is on the download explaining everything, and he does an amazing job, as you would assume Nick would. And Nick talks about everything. Nick also teaches his ambitious card routine for people that doesn't do ambitious card, because Nick does this as a finale to ambitious card, which is a great way to use it. But Nick talks about an idea of, because at the beginning you could show the envelope, you could show the white envelope and have it examined, and it's empty. They could examine the white envelope, they could examine the black envelope, you can put the white envelope into the black envelope and put it down on the table. And then you go into the routine, and when you take the white envelope out, the card's in there, which is another advantage. You can't do that with Killer in Manila. Now, you're probably thinking, is that overkill, putting the white envelope in the black envelope in front of them? Well, what you can do is you can do it as like a mystery card thing. So you can have, if you've got a blank-faced card in the deck, you can have, well, not even with a blank-faced card, but I think with a blank-faced card, make it a bit easier, better. Force that blank-faced card, you can put that openly into the white envelope. And they can see a red back card going into the white envelope. That then goes into the black envelope. You put that down, give that to someone to hold on to for you. And then, when you take it out, you show that card that's been there the whole time, and it's now their selected card. Yeah. And they won't see anything else in the envelope because the white, it worked really well. Now, I've been thinking along the lines of doing a transposition, right? So I've been thinking about having a card signed, and you openly put that signed card inside an envelope, which goes inside an envelope, and they hold on to that. So they've got a signed card inside an envelope. Yeah. Then you have another card signed, and you put that in between their hands. You snap, and when they snap, they turn over the card in their hand, and it's the one that was in the envelope. And then you take the envelope, and you say, well, if that's there, let me just open up this envelope. Inside this envelope is this envelope, and inside that envelope. Yeah, and it would be really simple. You just need to do a double lift at the beginning, so that when that goes in there, you'd be putting in a blank card instead. Then when you do another one, it'd be a top change or another double lift. That'd go there. That's left on top of the deck. Yeah, it'd be super easy. There's for creative people, there's a 40...
and good.
I love it. I love Gone. I think it's really good.
I'm going to give it...
I'm giving it 98%.
You copy me there.
Is that what you were going to give it?
Yes, that's what I was going to give it.
98%. Hey, we're in sync. Boom. 98% from him, 98% from me. I absolutely love it. And I think there's a lot more you can do with this if you actually just think about it. I think there's a lot more you can do with it. I'm not taking anything away from Killer in Manila. It's brilliant as well. But I think this has a few more advantages. But get them both and see what you think. But this, you won't be disappointed with the download.
Definitely not going in the bin.
Definitely not going in the bin. It's really good.
Yeah.
Okay, so the final trick that we're going to be looking at today, the final product, is Frozen in Time 2. Now, the reason we are looking at Frozen in Time 2, and I haven't told you this, a lot of people went on the channel and said, can you look in Frozen in Time? Can you look at Frozen in Time? And I've heard of this trick, but it's one that I'd never got, I'd never bought. And so I looked around and I was looking for different options. And I thought this was the latest version of Frozen in Time because it was Frozen in Time 2. So I bought it, it came. And when it came, I realised there's a Frozen in Time 3, or Frozen in Time Swedish edition. I didn't realise that, but I've just paid for this trick now, so I thought for that it's still available.
Yeah,
it's still available, so I thought we'll talk about Frozen in Time 2.
Which is how you got sent it.
Exactly. So I thought,
Which one did you buy it, or did you get sent it?
We don't really get sent anything.
Oh yeah.
We got sent some stuff by 1914, but that's about it.
Yeah. 19. Yeah. Oh yeah.
Yeah. Anyway. I'm gonna show you Frozen in Time 2. Ryan's gonna do a performance of it. It's still available. You can get it from most magic dealers. There is a Frozen in Time 3 Swedish edition, weirdly, which apparently has a couple of extra enhancements to it. I'll look at that in a future show, but this is going to be looking at Frozen in Time 2 because I'm an idiot and I didn't get the latest one. Ryland opened this, he looked at it, you fooled the pants off me with it. I had no idea how this worked. I was completely and totally fooled. As I say, I'd never seen this trick before, so...
It didn't fool Mummy though, she figured out it eventually.
She's very clever. She's very clever, Mummy.
After like 10 minutes, she figured it out.
Really? Well, I just didn't have a clue until you showed it me. Let's look at the performance, show everyone how it looks, and then we'll talk about it.
Yeah. Daddy?
Yes, Ryan.
I've got a picture of a clock.
Okay.
On the other side of this.
A picture of a clock?
Yes.
Okay.
And I want you to name any hour of the day, and I guarantee it will be this time.
The picture is going to match the hour of the day?
Yes.
Any hour?
Yes.
10 o'clock.
10 o'clock. Let me just take the picture out.
There's no way. Let me look. Look at that. It's a picture. 10 o'clock. That is awesome. So that was Frozen in Time 2. Good performance, right?
Yeah, I love it. I completely and totally love it.
Is it going in your act?
Yeah.
Is it going on the YouTube channel?
Yeah.
You know what? One of the reasons it fooled me is because it's a picture. It's a picture. There's lots of different ways of predicting an hour. I mean, there's lots of different ways of doing that. I know hundreds of different ways of predicting an hour. But this is in a frame, on a picture, that's on the table from the entire beginning. You get them to name an hour. You take it out, you show it them, and it's an actual picture. And you can give it to them to examine, can't you? And they can look at it and they can be like, yeah, that's an actual picture. It's incredibly clever how it works. And if you've never seen this before, it is really good. I thought, this is a bit of a toy. This is going to be a little bit of toy magic, but it's not. It's really strong.
Yeah.
Really
it's
strong.
Not toy magic. Well, it is toy magic. You can play with it a bit, but...
It's strong magic.
Yeah.
Strong magic. Now, I think this is best if you perform it as part of a longer routine, like a confabulation routine or something like that. Like, I've got a routine that I do where I get people to take an imaginary journey into a casino and they pick a whole bunch of different stuff. They pick a casino chip. In their imagination, they pick a... Will you stop doing that to the table? It's a new table. I get it. You keep wiping it down. Pick a casino chip. They pick a card. They pick a time. They pick a whole bunch of different stuff. And I show that I've predicted it. I really like this, and I think this would make a great amendment to that, where, when they name the time, I can literally just show this picture that's been in this frame the entire time, and the clock was set to that hour. I mean, I think that would really add something. So yeah, I really like it. I think that it's a lot of money. Let's make no two modes about it. It's a lot of money. It's like
But it's really good.
It's almost £100.
Ooh. But it's really good.
It is really good. It is really strong. And I think if you were doing a virtual show, I think this would be great.
Yeah.
Because you could literally hold this in front of the camera, they name the time, and you just turn it, you just take it out and show it them, and the time is absolutely correct, and you can say, look, it's a real picture. Here's the thing, it's a lot of money. I don't know if the new version is better, because I haven't got it yet, but we'll find out at some point soon. But this, I would have looked at this and said, this is damn near perfect. It's an instant reset. It's examinable to a point. Like if you gave it somebody and they looked at it with a fine tooth comb, I think eventually they might find something. Would you agree?
Yeah.
That's how Mommy found out, isn't it? You gave it to her and she just spent 10 minutes looking at it and eventually found it. But in the real world, I don't think that'd happen. You'd show the picture and, they might just give it a cursory glance and then you put it away. It's instantly reset.
They just like rub it. And
It's instantly reset. It's angle proof. It can be done anytime, anywhere. You can do it as a standalone item, or you can put it into a longer series of tricks.
Yeah.
If you're going to do a mentalism set, I also think that if you were going to do this, if you were going to do this right as a standalone piece, I think this would make a great opener for a close-up show. Because for a mentalism close-up show, a lot of mentalists, they struggle with the opener because a lot of stuff takes time, which is why I think something like Outstanding or the Invisible Deck is great as an opener, because you literally just go, boom, name a card, boom, whatever it may be. This would be great for an opener. It's like, hey, my name's Craig, I do mind reading, let me show you something, I've made a prediction, I've got a photo here of a pocket watch, it's set to an hour, it's set to a particular time, I will tell you right now, it is directly on that hour. Which hour do you think it is? Oh, you think it's 6 o'clock, boom, there it is, 6 o'clock there, right there on the picture. Guys, that's what I do, I read minds, and kind of go into it that way. I think
very, 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 very good. What percentage are you going to give it? I don't know.
I'm going to give it 85%. I think it's really good.
You're going to give it. You're going to do it then.
Yeah, I think you're going to. You said you were going to put it in your act.
105.
105. Wow, you really like it. You like it more than Thought Transmitter. Wow, you've braved about the 2 tricks you've done this week, buddy. Yeah, 105% from me. From him.
Nah.
No, 85% from me. It's really good. It really is. I mean, the only negative is it's really expensive, but what you see is what you get. If you like what you saw Ryland do, you're not going to go far wrong. That's the effect.
Yeah. And that's another review show in the bag.
You can't jump anymore, can you? Because you have to sit on the chair because our table's too high.
Yeah, and that's another review show in the bag.
Guys, that is another review show in the bag. Let us know in the comments down below what you think. I think for me, my favourite trick, I don't know, I love all of them.
My favourite trick was Clocky Clock.
Yeah, Frozen in Time, very, very good. I don't know, I think it's Gone or 4 Jokers, I'm not too sure. Let me know in the comments down below what you think. Also, you can follow this kid on The Kid Magician. You've got, he puts videos up every Thursday and Sunday at 5 o'clock, I think it is, or something like that. So if you want to follow Ryland, 2 videos up every single week. Also, don't forget to subscribe to this channel. If you want to see more videos like this, please like the channel. Like the video, leave a comment down below, and we'll be back next Wednesday. If you want to see anything in particular reviewed, let us know down in the comments. Thanks very much for watching. I'm Craig.
I'm Ryland. See you next week on Wednesday.
Where's all this stuff coming from?